What is a OneLOK and what does it do? To answer that, let's just consider the way we used to do things 70 years ago. Back in the 1950s, machine tools were very different to the machine tools of today, and we had different expectations of those machine tools in terms of productivity and precision. And back in those days, the work holding reflected the requirements of the time. It was very simple. Fast forward to modern times where we have CNC machines, much more productive, much more precise, and we should have a different expectation of these machines and therefore a different expectation of our work holding. We expect higher performance, we expect higher precision, and our work holding needs to reflect that or we can never be competitive. The OneLOK was developed specifically for 21st century machining on CNC machines, and it has a number of advantages over those old 1950s style milling vices, many of which are still in use today. One of the first most noticeable features about the OneLOK is the fact that it has clean surfaces for mounting your workpiece. There are no screw holes in the jaws, and there is no channel in the base that gets filled up with coolant and swarf and can interfere with the precision location of your workpiece. Next, let's take a look at the ratchet system. This disengages the moving jaw from the screw, which allows you to position it manually. This means you don't have to wind the jaw all the way in or all the way out using the handle, unlike a traditional vise. This makes loading a lot quicker, especially when going from a large component to a small component or vice versa. Generally, only 2 or 3 turns of the handle are required to clamp your workpiece. Next, we'll take a look at some of the different jaws that are available for the OneLOK. There's a machinable aluminium jaw, a precision ground hard jaw, a precision ground and stepped hard jaw, and a hard steel jaw spacer. For many, the most popular choice would be the hard jaws. These are great for jobs with simple parallel faces or very heavy-duty clamping. A great alternative to a standard hard jaw is a stepped hard jaw, and when combined with the OneLOK's built-in work stop, it makes an excellent solution for first stops, as well as eliminating the need for parallels. Machinable aluminium jaws are great for those awkward shaped workpieces, but they can also be used to combine multiple operations in a single cycle. Or how about creating a custom step jaw with a built-in serrated work gripper? These are great for a range of different jobs. Finally, the hard steel jaw spacers allow the user to access the threaded holes in the jaw carrier and manufacture their own special bolt-on jaws. So as you can see, a wide range of jaws, but let's take a look at the way they mount to the OneLOK. With traditional vices, you often have bolt-on jaws, which require access to the front of the jaw with an Allen key. This is quite an awkward way to mount jaws, and isn't very precise. The OneLOK uses a single screw on top to loosen or tighten the jaws, and only a single turn of the screw is necessary to release or to clamp a jaw, which makes this very quick indeed. The mounting of jaws to the OneLOK is separated by 2 distinct mechanisms, one to hold the jaw in place and clamp it down, and the other to locate the jaw to better than 10 micron precision. The location cutout in the jaw is aligned to this pin, which has a built-in spring-loaded ball plunger. This creates spring tension on the jaw at all times. This is in stark contrast to a typical bolt-on jaw, which probably won't locate very well at all, and can pose some very real challenges when you want to reuse a set of machinable jaws, like this set, which will probably need to be re-skimmed each time they're used. The OneLOK's bolt-fast system allows you to mount jaws very quickly and very accurately. One of the biggest issues with traditional vices is jaw lift and deflection. When we apply clamping forces to the fixed jaw and create an opposing force on the moving jaw, this will often result in deflection of the fixed jaw and lift from the moving jaw and our clamping faces going out of parallel. In this scenario, we only have edge contact with our workpiece, and we have no choice but to increase our clamping pressure until we deform our workpiece and eventually achieve face contact. When we apply those same forces to the OneLOK, the wedge coupling under the fixed jaw prevents the fixed jaw from deflecting, and the angle of the ratchet levers prevents the moving jaw from lifting. This keeps our clamping surfaces square and ensures face contact with the workpiece. We can demonstrate this by clamping a workpiece with a piece of paper underneath. As you can see, the OneLOK traps the piece of paper because it has no lift and no deflection, where the traditional vise does not. Here is another test that relates directly to jaw deflection. We are going to clamp this workpiece using a set of machine jaws. As you can see, we don't have a large amount of surface area. We're only going to be gripping the letters on the tops and the very bottoms, and they're only about 6 mils high. But watch what happens when we tighten the OneLOK using only one finger of clamping pressure. As you can see, we still have a very good grip of the workpiece, thanks to having face contact rather than edge contact. Now let's take a look at how you mount a OneLOK to your milling machine. If you have a foundation, it's just a simple case of removing the rubber plugs and inserting your round and diamond pins, and then your OneLOK will drop straight into place. It can then be clamped down using the foundation clamp specifically for this purpose. It's very easy to mount a OneLOK to a chick foundation, but it's also compatible with many other tooling plates that have the same 50mm pitch of holes and 12mm mounting threads. This type of mounting system saves a lot of time and gives you excellent repeatability and precision. OneLOK can also be mounted directly to a T-slot table using the included toe clamps, which have been specially designed to provide the correct clearances underneath. Bear in mind, when mounting a OneLOK to a T-slot table, it will need to be clocked up, or alternatively, simply fit a set of machinable aluminium jaws and skim them square to your X-axis. One useful accessory for the OneLOK is the built-in work stop, which can be installed on either side of the fixed jaw and adjusted to suit a range of different sizes and shapes of workpiece. This is a great time-saving feature when doing batch work, and when combined with the OneLOK step jaws makes an excellent solution for first operations. So as you can see, the OneLOK has many time-saving features when compared to a traditional 1950s style milling vise. The clean mounting surfaces to prevent swarf buildup and to save on cleaning time, the ratchet system to reduce the amount of time winding the handle compared to a traditional vise, the fact that you can change the jaws quickly and accurately, and the variety of available jaws, as well as the built-in work stop, will all save time every day.